All right, we are back. We're continuing our Super Bowl recap podcast. We already did the game with Joe Dalizio. Now we're going into the pop culture portion here with the halftime show and the commercials. Join me today, our pop culture correspondent, Sam Derosa is here. Sam, how are you?
Great. Thanks for having me back. I'm so excited.
It's an annual tradition. This is year number 4 we've done this.
This is great. I do like me some good tradition.
Yeah, some good traditions indeed. And we got to start off with the game because obviously I shared my thoughts on the game with Joe earlier. So what do you think about the Super Bowl itself?
Not excited about how, the game turned out, but I guess good for the Rams. I was rooting for the Bengals. I know my prediction was wrong for the score and who won, but what are you going to do? But you know what? For me, I was pretty interested during the game. It kept me occupied. It wasn't like the worst game ever played.
I mean, the last year, the Super Bowl busy over the first half because the Chiefs couldn't stop the Buccaneers pass rush. So this year we got big progress.
Yeah, and it was like, I thought the teams were more evenly matched up this season.
Yeah, let's go ahead now. I want to talk about the halftime show first because usually the halftime shows we've gotten pretty much duds for the most part. I mean, usually it's like we're high on the commercials and low on the halftime show. I feel like this year's reverse. I feel like we're high on the halftime show, low on the commercials.
100% agreed. I enjoyed myself so much, and it was the quickest. What was it? 13 minutes. It was the runtime.
Yeah, about 13 minutes for halftime.
Yeah, it was the shortest for me halftime show ever.
Yeah, and I want to touch on the halftime show first. I'm going to share my screen here. I have a great article from The Athletic up here from Rhiannon Walker, who did a power ranking here of the Super Bowl halftime show since the Michael Jackson one in 93. Really kicked off the whole trend here. And she has this one. You can keep scrolling down the list. It's a great article. If you're an Athletic subscriber, I highly recommend it here. She has this one down at number 4. So basically on the Mount Rushmore of all time with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, and 50 Cent. And a lot of people on the line were saying the greatest halftime show ever. I don't think it was the greatest ever, but I thought it was still ridiculously good.
Yeah, I mean, on this article too, I'm so glad you suggested this to me before I got on. The JLo one seemed kind of low, and Shakira. Like, I'm not saying it was, again, top 3, but I would have ranked it a little bit higher. But I'm glad she put the Justin Timberlake and the Janet Jackson one dead last. And then coincidentally, then after that, Justin Timberlake. So I agreed with a lot of her decisions on the rankings.
Yeah, and I mean, I said this before with Joe. We briefly discussed the halftime shows that the NFL was always about 20 years behind the trends. If this is 1999, it's when the perfect halftime show, but everybody who went in there still brought it, and they still were very well. Love the stage design. They didn't have the issues the weekend did last year with the COVID, so they were more free to do what they wanted, and everybody brought it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't disappointed. I just wanted them to go longer. That's literally my only what is the word? I can't think of words today.
Complaint.
My only issue, my only complaint is that it wasn't long enough because I wanted more Snoop, I wanted more Mary, I wanted more Eminem. You know what? Like, I love Kendrick Lamar. I just wanted to see more of everybody else. I understand why he was there and everything, but I loved just loved the 50 Cent memes that came out of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think they'll not talk about enough here. I think the stage was really good. You have the LA neighborhood, they got the map of LA, everybody has their own little storefront, and they're all doing their own thing. I thought that was a lot of fun. And I think, like you said, I wish it was longer because you have all these great artists and you only got really basically parts of one song out of everybody. It's like not like you got like even like Eminem, like he didn't even get his really top hit. You really got the one that fit the program.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're going to be critical about it, it is the Dr. Dre I know it's a Pepsi halftime show, but it's Dr. Dre. He was the main focal point. So I guess that's why everybody had like less of a, part in it.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, there are some rumors flowing around on the internet. I want to get your comment on these. Obviously, we have one, I believe, I'm going to pull up my notes here just to clarify in terms of this. We had the rumor about the NFL was told Dr. Dre in rehearsals not to say that he doesn't love the police, which he did mention in the performance. We had rumors they asked Eminem not to kneel. He kneeled during the performance as sort of a tribute to Colin Kaepernick. And what do you think about those rumors? Because the league basically anybody who works the league basically denied them and said we never told them what they can't do. So what do you think about this?
Yeah, I heard that like a couple days before, or maybe the day before, all about there was some censorship on their performance, but you can't tell Dr. Dre and Eminem what to do. I know Kendrick Lamar held out his line about the police in his verse, So like there was censorship is a very strong word, but they're going to do what they want. You know exactly who you're signing up for. So that's probably why the NFL is probably like, let's not dig this grave bigger than we've already dug it.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I can see where they may have said, hey, please don't do this. I don't think they told them specifically not to do it. They may have asked them, say, hey, like, we're trying to be as like the old Michael Jordan adage, Republicans buy sneakers too, sort of like the whole thing is like, we're trying to appeal to as many people as we can. I think they may have said, hey, please, they're not doing this. And I don't think they told them explicitly not to do it.
Yeah, I agree too. Where it's like, it's in your best interest. I'm sure they use some specific jargon.
Yeah. Because I know you're not telling Dr. Dre no. If he wants to do something, he's going to do it.
Exactly. And he has enough money to back that up too.
Yeah. And I think in terms of where this falls in the pantheon, I do think Twitter is very hyperbolic where they say, oh, greatest ever. I don't agree. I still think the best ever was Prince in Miami doing Purple Rain in the Rain. That can never be caught from me. But I think this one, it's got to be at least top 10, if not top 5.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I'm going to be honest, like, we could go in the past of that time, like J-Lo and Shakira, to me, that was like the best ever, but then it has time to sink in. And then you realize what you watched, you're just excited about it. And I don't know, like, I honestly, for me, it was definitely in my top like 3 performances, but that's because I'm biased and I like their performers. So, I feel like it's hard to make a list of all the running ones without being biased.
Yeah, I still think for me, it's Prince is up there. Bruno Mars at MetLife is up there because he did a really good job and probably one of the few cold weather sites we're ever going to see in a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and there's a good mix of them in there. I feel like these guys though did a very good job.
Yeah, and I really do. Going back to the article, I forgot some of them that we've seen, like some of the old '90s people making their appearances. I was like, oh my god, I forgot that NSYNC was on there and stuff.
Yeah, and now we go ahead to the fun part here. Where do they go next year to try and top this? Because I think there are a couple of directions I think they can go, but where do you think they could go for halftime next year?
Well, rumor has it, Mike, that Taylor Swift's contract with Pepsi is up in like the January of like 2023. So, or she has a contract with Coca-Cola, so she can go do the Pepsi halftime show. Now, this is all rumor mill kind of deal. So my guess is going to be T Swift.
I feel like we're overdue for Taylor Swift doing this halftime show because like she's probably like the biggest artist out there right now who's not done it.
Yeah, well, it's because she had that she has this contract with Coca-Cola, so they won't allow her to do the halftime show.
Yeah, next year it's in Arizona. I think the last time we were down there was when we had Katy Perry and Left Shark and all the craziness.
Oh. I forgot all about that. And the giant tiger that came out too. Oh my god, that was a fever dream.
Yeah, I think they think we're going to get the Taylor Swift thing because I think there were enough old folkies whining about how this show was like too like hip hop for them. I think we're going to get like a more of a classic pop singer next year. I think Taylor Swift would be the pick.
Yeah. Also disappointed because I like how people over 50, they're like, this is horrible. I hate it. People under like 30, like I don't know who these people are. And it's like people right in the middle. But like, I feel like there's younger people out there that love Eminem and Snoop and Dre. Like their music's all over TikTok now. So I don't know. I thought it was a very good choice of all the people.
100%. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head because Taylor Swift is obviously, I think, the leader in the clubhouse, but I'm trying to think of who else would fit the bill.
Who else would play with her too?
Yeah, because usually you're bringing a guest star on when you do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm trying to look up here. I found an article from 2015 on Billboard predicting future Super Bowl halftime shows. I want to see like who they had in there because in terms of who has not got here. Taylor Swift, obviously, they haven't gotten. We got Maroon 5. That was not great.
Ugh, yes, that was horrible.
Yeah, we got Timberlake. That was not great.
Ariana
Grande, who goes to the younger generation, maybe.
Yeah. She has to be more relevant, I feel like, this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Rihanna, because Rihanna is supposedly coming out with, I know she's pregnant and going to have a baby and going to be a mom and everything, but maybe Rihanna will be there too.
Rihanna is one that was also on this list. I'll throw out here 2 other ones here. I know he's a bit politically charged. Kanye, somebody I could definitely see doing Super Bowl in the future.
Yeah, I bet you he would pay them to do the halftime show at this point. Yeah. Let's be real. He's crazy. You saw the thing today, what he did, or yesterday he did with Kim.
Yep.
Crazy. That man's psychotic.
Yeah, and Miley Cyrus, I feel like is also like somebody that's down the list. Also, you could definitely compare.
Yeah, and she's been like, when she had her peak of crazy,
Yeah.
she's now come down off of that. So she's probably due for it too.
Yeah. So I would think like, and people is crazy. I look at her here that in 20, like, right now, she's like, next year she'll be 30 years old. That's it.
I know, it's crazy. We're almost the same age.
Yeah. So the Miley Cyrus halftime show could be something we see in the future.
Yeah, imagine Miley and Taylor together. That'd be like all, all girls my age are gonna be like nuts.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like Taylor Swift though, I think it's too big to have Miley be her co-star.
I guess that's true. Unless Miley's like gonna take a step back or like jump out of nowhere, do like the surprise appearance.
Yeah, I think the surprise appearance had to be somebody big. But let's go to the commercial now because this was by far of the 4 years ago. This is the worst group of commercials I've seen in a long time.
Oh my god, so horrible.
Yeah, and I think if giving a straight grade to the commercials, I think for me it's a solid D.
Oh my god, that's my grade too.
Yeah.
D, and that's like, giving it a little gas there, like being nice.
Yeah, yeah, because for the most part, I mean, usually after every Super Bowl, there's like a couple of iconic ads that either get you talking, saying what the hell were they thinking, or a lot of like, wow, these were phenomenal, they're so funny.
Mhm.
This like I had a hard time when I was making my list of like one of my favorite ads. Like I can barely remember it, and that's not good.
No, exactly. Like I was saying to you earlier, I had to go back and like look at the list of them that played. Yes, I remember them when I read them, but it's not like I could just clearly pop them out of my brain just thinking about it.
Yeah, let's go also before we go into specific commercials here. I want to talk about the trailers because obviously Super Bowl's a big trailer thing, and we got a bunch of them. Not a lot of them really stuck with me. So in terms of the trailers we got, what got you the most interested?
I'm sure you can guess. It's Doctor Strange
Yeah.
and the multiverse or whatever. I have been excited for this since basically WandaVision in its own way. I am just so excited. There's so much speculation, so many theories. I don't know if you're caught up on a lot of the theories just on that trailer alone, but oh my God, that was me today unpacking all the theories. I'm just so excited.
Yeah, that one was really good. I will say, like, I'm not a big Jurassic Park guy. The Jurassic World trailer was pretty good.
I love Jurassic Park. I don't know something about
Yeah.
dinosaurs. Love me
Yeah.
some dinosaurs. But I saw that, a couple of days before
Yeah.
the game, and I was excited then. So it kind of like, lessened the blow.
Yeah, and Moon Knight was my personal favorite because, like, obviously I'm excited for that show. And we got another sneak peek at it. I was excited to get a look at that.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm a little worried about it, but I'm excited, but it's like a nervous excited, I think.
Because for me, it's like they're doing something different. There's a little more like horror feels with that one. I think
Yes.
I'm intrigued to see how they do that.
Yeah, me too. And it's a character that's more dark than
Yeah.
what we're used to seeing. So I think we're gonna open the Marvel dark realm soon.
Plus, Oscar Isaac is a phenomenal actor. So
Oh my God, I love him.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Oscar Isaac?
Yeah, he's great. And I think in terms of the big one, headline one though, that Lord of the Rings look ahead at the live action show. I mean, considering
Yes.
it's the most expensive thing that TV's ever made, I'm not shocked they got in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. Like I totally forgot about that too. I feel like such a bad Lord of the Rings fan.
Yeah.
I've been a Lord of the Rings fan since I was like 8 years old. I remember turning it on and my mom's like, "You're gonna be too scared for the Fellowship of the Ring." I was too scared, but I kept watching, and I'm just so excited that they're doing a television show.
Yeah, and I think that one, I feel like the money they sunk into that, it better be good because if it's a disaster, that's gonna be so bad.
And the Lord of the Rings fans too are like pretty critical. Like
Yeah.
they're like they expect top tier material.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to see a pissed off fan base, just ask the Star Wars fans after the Book of Boba Fett how that's going.
I didn't hate it though.
It
I
has
didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. I wasn't so up in arms.
it was very uneven.
Yeah, it was, but I enjoyed it. But for me, Star Wars is like I take it as it is. I feel like that's like your Sky Guys. They're
Yeah.
like they're very like they're just so knowledgeable, and I'm just like I feel like I'm Grogu in the situation, like in the background, while like you guys are Mando, like actually doing work.
Yeah, with more swag this time after the end of the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm just so excited now for the Mandalorian. I just felt that that was like a Mandalorian preseason.
Yeah. I'm going to spin forward here into another commercial segment here, but I've also pointed out the one thing that bugged me was like seeing the Expedia commercial with Ewan McGregor and not getting an Obi-Wan thing annoyed me as a Star Wars fan. 'Cause I'm like, so I'm like, oh, it's him. Like he's here. And then like, nope, no commercials, just him talking about stuff.
Yeah, no, I was like so excited, and it was such a letdown.
Yeah. Let's stay positive here. So let's talk about your favorite commercial. So what are your give me three that you really loved?
Okay, first and foremost was the the Bud Light, like the bold flavors
Yep.
when they go to Flavor Town.
The Guy Fieri.
I love him. I was him for Halloween. He was my all-time favorite. That was my all-time favorite one. For some reason, I really enjoyed the Planters commercial with Joel McHale and Ken Jeong, just because it was like a community reunion. And I really liked the Planet Fitness commercial with Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan on the Peloton.
Yeah. That was great. Like she was just, it's like, what is Lindsay Lohan up to? Those are like my top three. Again, I had to go back and look it through. I mean, I did like the Flavor Town one. That's probably the only one that stuck out in my head. But yeah, those were probably my top three. I'm probably missing a few. I know that there's like a few that we've talked about that I will not steal your thunder for.
Yeah, in terms of ones I thought were going to be better than they were, also the Michelob Ultra one where Peyton Mann's at the bowling alley. That one I thought I was going to have higher hopes for.
Yeah.
Didn't really go anywhere after they gave you all these athletes showing up and stars, and then they're just there and they're kind of chilling, not really getting anything fun out of them.
Yeah, no, it wasn't my favorite, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a couple out here too in terms of my favorite ones. I think the one for me, I want to play at the top here. The Larry David crypto commercial is by far the funniest thing because it's literally it said Larry David, you're being Larry David throughout history complaining about inventions. I thought it was so funny.
And it's so funny when I saw that, I was like, I know Mike's gonna thoroughly enjoy this too. I hope your ears were ringing. I was saying that to my friend Mackenzie and Ryan, my boyfriend. I was like, oh my God, Mike's gonna love this commercial. He loves Larry David.
Yeah, Larry David was phenomenal, especially the point in the commercial where he's talking about like, why we need a toilet? We go outside like all other humans. I was just like on the floor. I'm like, oh, I actually went there.
Oh my God. I love the wheel one too. Like how he starts off with the wheel. He's like, what do we need that for? Like, he's just funny. I thought that was a good one too.
Yeah, number two for me is the Alexa commercial for Amazon with Colin Jost and Scarlett Johansson. It's a minute long, and basically you're going through the entire thing, and Alexa's revealing all their deepest, darkest secrets. I was just laughing the whole way through.
That was actually super cute. I don't know. I really thought that was adorable.
Yeah, I was laughing though because like they're getting more pissed off as each secret's getting revealed by Alexa.
Yeah. Oh God, I thought that was really clever. Whoever did that did a really good job.
Yeah, and number three on my list in terms of the ones I enjoy, and I'm surprised you didn't go this one, the Paul Rudd Seth Rogen Lay's ad, because that one was so funny, especially when you see them like flashing back to the 90s singing and like singing on the car. It was so funny.
Yeah, no, I had that one on my list, but like I said, I just didn't want to steal any of yours for Thunder because it's a good one and it's meant to be shared with the world. I mean, I did get a little weirded out by him marrying that like spirit ghost, to be honest, but like them singing in the car was just so quality. Like I was just so happy.
Yeah, it's like literally to me, it looks like if the Haunting of Hill House became a comedy, that's what it looked like.
Yeah. That's a perfect explanation of that. Oh my God, that's great.
Because Seth Rogen's ghost wife looks like the creepy form of the painted of the tilted neck lady.
Yeah, bent neck. Oh God, that was creepy.
Yeah, let's throw a couple other ones out here. Did you like the Kia Robo Dog one where you had the Robo Dog gets recharged by the car?
I mean, I guess it's cute. Are we supposed to care about robots now? That's like my only thing.
The Super Bowl just told us you need to care about robots and crypto. That's all I learned in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that one. Also that weird one with the Simple Minds, like, don't you forget. And it's like the Chuck E. Cheese things. Yeah, I was like, what? That was like so strange.
Oh, the 3D one with the for Meta.
Yeah, the Oculus or whatever it is. Yeah, or Meta. Yeah, you're right. I was like, what? Why? Like that was the first one I think that was robot like.
Yeah. I was thinking in terms of weird, I'll throw out here too, the the one with Anna Kendrick, it's like selling the Barbie house. I'm like, what the hell is going on in this commercial?
Yeah, that was strange too. I don't know if I missed that one, like I was cleaning up or something, and I went back and I had to watch that because I was like, what the hell is the Barbie dream house thing? Like,
Yeah, I thought it was like actually for like Barbie. I'm like, well, Barbie paid for Super Bowl ad, and I'm like, no, wait, it's like then you're getting a cash off for Carl and
yeah.
and like all the other like doll characters are basically like trying to like destroy the dream house. That was funny.
Yeah, no, that was pretty cute. I thought that Nissan with Eugene Levy was kind of strange.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of strange, also, like we mentioned the reunion of the community reunion. What do you think about the Sopranos reunion on the electric car commercial? I forget which brand it was, but you had
It was Toyota, right? For the pickup truck
it was
or
Toyota, yes.
something.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was like, this has very heavy soprano vibes. And then you saw who it was. I was like, oh. And I wonder if they're going to be doing a soprano, like a second telling of the story with his daughter. The daughter's name was what, Meadow?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious if that's what they're testing the waters. I don't know if Toyota is, but
Well, I mean, from what I can gather, the Soprano prequel did not go over as well as I thought it would. So I don't know if they have second thoughts on that.
yeah, maybe they're like, well, let's see how this commercial goes. And it was so funny too, because I didn't see that commercial live. I missed that one. I was yesterday at work. I was like, oh, let's just like go over all the commercials. And I drove Mackenzie to JFK that day. And I'm like, oh, I was just on this road like a couple hours ago.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead here. I'm gonna go to the worst commercials here. I'm gonna get this one on the screen just because we can, and it's so absurd. It's the fact that we are watching here. I'm gonna get the share screen up here in 1 second. Maybe bear with me. So
Oh, take your time.
yeah, because again, technical stuff on my end. I'm gonna escape out of here. Share the screen for the YouTube audience. So if you want to check that out, you can check out the YouTube version of this. Mike Phillips on YouTube. Here we go. We get a QR code bouncing around the screen for about 60 seconds in this Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yep. I mean, like, I get it. Like, that's like the running joke, I guess. For like, I know in scoreboard things for across the sports worlds and venues, they've been doing that with different logos and everything. But how creepy was it at the end when it went to like a camcorder, like, you know, like when you used to watch things back on a camcorder?
Yep.
I was like, ugh. I mean, of course, I literally pulled out my phone right away. I fell right into that trap. I'm like, oh, crypto, clipped out of that.
Yeah, so that one was, I think, the number one worst. And for me, I think number two, I don't remember. Do you remember the Carvana oversharing mom?
Yes. Oh my God. I like literally wanted to turn it off. It was so annoying.
It's like, it was funny for about 5 seconds. It got annoying as it kept going and going and going and going. There was no originality to that bit.
No, not at all. I mean, I get it. You made your point. She's being annoying. Like, that's the point. But like, it was just overkill.
Yeah, I think if you got a better actress in there, you could have sold it. But this lady was not very funny at all.
No. I mean, I kind of feel bad for her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, wow, we're just like crapping on some random ass commercial lady.
Yeah. And I want to say also, I'll throw in here too, the Dolly Parton T-Mobile ads didn't really go anywhere either.
Yeah, no, I wasn't a huge fan either, and I love Dolly Parton. So I was like, ugh, wasn't a huge fan either.
Yeah, not great. I think the Uber Eats one, I know you mentioned earlier is one that I think somebody mentioned that somebody liked it. I didn't.
Yeah, no.
That was gross to me.
Ugh, no. I mean, like, it had Jennifer Coolidge, and I love her. And I was like, oh, awesome. She's like relevant again. She's in Super Bowl commercials. And then like they're eating things that they're not supposed to. And I'm like, ugh, it's gross. It's like an Oatly commercial from last year.
I think it's more like Mint Mobile from 2 years ago with the Curdle milk.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oatly was just the guy in the cornfield going, oh, wow, wow, wow.
True.
Like this one with Mobile was disturbing. This is sort of on that level.
Yeah. Oh my God. Why do they have to make food gross?
Yeah, I don't know. It's something I don't understand. But any other bad commercials you want to talk like?
Yeah, I really hated the Pringles commercial. That made me very uneasy.
Like the one with the guy who's got his arm stuck in the can for the rest of his life.
And then when he dies, somebody else gets their arm stuck in a Pringles can. I was like, what the heck? This is like a actual horror story.
Yeah, like it's just so absurd the way it goes. And then like we see basically his whole life where he's getting married, he's having kids, he's having his 90th birthday, and then he dies. I'm like this is a little twisted.
I know it's been on television before the Super Bowl, but the stupid Salesforce thing with Matthew McConaughey, I hated that commercial.
Not a McConaughey fan.
I love him. I just hate the commercial.
Yeah, I think that's up there. Like that was not great.
Yeah, but those are like, definitely the crypto was my number one. And then the Uber Eats was up there too, but I like also was very disturbed by the Pringles commercial, like very disturbed. I was thinking about it like after, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it was not great. And I also will say in terms of getting the leadoff spot here, you have Zendaya. How did Squarespace come up with a commercial just like made me forget exactly what it was for?
Yeah, I don't know. That was I don't know. I wasn't a fan. Oh, and then also the E-Trade. I forgot all about the E-Trade baby.
Yeah, he came back.
Yeah, but then here's my thing. Like, I remember the E-Trade baby things, but like I had to like be like, what the hell is this about? Like, who is this baby? And then they're like, oh, it's the E-Trade baby. I was like, oh yeah, back in what, 2006? It was big.
Yeah, this is one where they try and go the nostalgia route. It did not work for me.
No. Also, the Austin Powers nostalgia route didn't really work for me either.
No, we're just saying, please be original. And if you have celebrities, actually make good use of them.
Yeah, I thought the one that did somewhat okay was the Scrubs reunion. I even forgot what that was for.
I think it was for Taco Bell.
Okay. Yeah, where like it was just Zach Braff and
it was T-Mobile, excuse me.
Oh, okay. That was the only one that I was like kind of okay with but Dolly Parton wasn't in that one.
That was a separate T-Mobile one she was in.
Gotcha. I was like trying to like see, this is the thing. There's just so many freaking bad commercials that we can't like keep track of them all.
Yeah, and one more one I thought of here. The helmet's mayo. I feel like this is a direct callback to Terry Tate Office linebacker.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly like you even said that too, and I'm like trying to remember the whole commercial now that.
Yeah, basically they have Gerard Mayo basically hitting people in the commercial, and Pete Davidson there at the end saying he's annually hittable. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So I think again, like, can we come up with original ideas, please?
Yeah, I mean, like, remember when we were younger, the commercials were in their prime.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, let's just pretend to be funny.
Yeah. Even Budweiser didn't give as much. They usually have something that's good.
Okay, first off, I have big issues with that Budweiser commercial.
Yeah.
If a horse breaks their leg, which that's what it looked like, you put the horse down. I saw that and I was like, oh my God, they're going to shoot a Budweiser horse for this commercial.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen some heartwarming commercials on Budweiser. I mean, like I think they have my all-time favorite commercial Super Bowl, like the one where the dog and the horse become friends and the horses help the dog come back home. Like that's like probably my all-time favorite commercial.
Yeah, that was a great one. And they've had like a good streak since they did the tribute to the 9/11 one, right? Yeah. That's when they started to really get in their prime.
Yeah.
But like this year was horrible. I hated it.
Yeah. So again, we'll tell you, go back and watch the halftime show. Go watch Larry David's commercial. Again, I think you can skip the rest.
Basically, you basically summed it up to a T.
All right, Sam. Thanks for all the time. Really appreciate it. Before I let you go, can people follow on social media, keep up with some of the stuff you're up to?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at SDEROS6 or on TikTok at Salmon Sports. I make some funny things sometimes. So that's what I'm on. Yeah, but that's how you can find me. And again, thanks for having me on for the 4th consecutive year. I can't wait for year number 5.
Hopefully year number 5 actually figure out to give us both a good halftime show and good commercials.
Dude, do we have to retire if they do that to us? Like we'd have to like retire the segment. If we have some too good, we have to go out on a high note.
They're not capable of doing both the same year.
I know. I'm just being overly optimistic.
All right, Sam. Thanks for all the time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Mike.